seaweed saves the world? Here's how. As the effects of climate change worsen, the United Nations says the most powerful tool we have to combat global warming is to limit methane emissions. Nevertheless, emission continues to rise. However, there may be a game-changing way for reducing emissions. A farmer's surprising discovery on Canada's Prince Edward Island has the potential to change the globe. Seaweed. Seaweed teems with potential, as the farmer knew from previous experience. The farmer submitted samples to a Nova Scotia university to be tested for organic certification. It was determined because of this that the high intake of natural vitamins and minerals in seaweed increased cow reproductive and milk output. Additionally, seaweed made cows less gassy, which was an unforeseen outcome of the study. Methane is responsible for 30% of global warming on a worldwide scale. Livestock, such as cattle, are responsible for roughly 1/3 of all methane emissions. Roughage digestion necessitates additional digestion from cows, resulting in increased burping. Burps produce methane, a heat-trapping greenhouse gas 80 times more powerful than carbon dioxide. A cow emits the same amount of greenhouse gas as a tiny automobile in a year. Livestock currently contributes for 15% of global emissions, thanks to increased animal populations to help feed a burgeoning human population. This prompted researchers to look for a seaweed species that could reduce methane even more effectively. According to their findings, Asparagopsis, a common red seaweed, could virtually eradicate livestock emissions. However, there are certain challenges to overcome, as harvesting from the water is not straightforward. Scientists are experimenting with farming it as a result, and they are getting closer to perfecting the techniques. The flexibility of the seaweed inspires researchers. It can be cultivated by aquaculture operations practically everywhere provided the climate is adequate, and it takes about 90 days to cultivate, allowing for numerous cycles each year. However, feeding the world's 1.5 billion cows is a major undertaking. The good news is that seaweed only needs to make up 0.2% of a cow's daily diet. There's also an added benefit: adding seaweed to a cow's diet reduces their food consumption. Dairy producers and livestock ranchers will most likely be able to profit by selling carbon offsets for the project. Eliminating virtually all emissions from almost all cows on the planet would have a massive impact, roughly equivalent to removing all US emissions or taking every car off the road on the planet. Nevertheless, skeptics argue that it has yet to be demonstrated on a large scale. While it's evident that seaweed reduces methane in the near term, there's some concern that its effects will fade over time as the cow's digestive systems adapt. Please like and subscribe if you liked this video. It supports our distribution efforts.